my wonderful sway baby. So today we're going to be doing a video on Saweetie's career and why it is struggling. So with us pointing out things as to what's going on with her career, we also want to point out things that she can do to actually help her career as well. So as far as a disclaimer, I usually give these, but you guys don't listen, but I'm just going to give one anyway. I'm actually a fan of Saweetie and I like some of her music. I think that she's absolutely beautiful and I just love her way of thinking. But instead of me being a delusional fan that's just going to say that everything she does or everything she's doing is law, I'm going to actually point out the obvious and I'm going to try to help as a person that is a fan. And I know she did not ask me to do these things, but I feel like if I would like to continue to see her in my face and continue to see her doing music, then who would I be to let her struggle? So, number one on the list is Saweetie's look is actually played out. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, like, if I said that Saweetie's beautiful and I said that she's very pretty, how is it that her look is played out? Back when Saweetie first came out, there was different levels of being pretty. There was like this level of pretty where pretty was actually pretty. Like you can look at a person and be like, wow, she's gorgeous. No matter the color of her skin or no matter how dark she was or how light she is, there's just this notion to know that a person is beautiful. So I just wanted to give a couple examples of beauty standards and what I consider to be beautiful and just different spectrums of what beautiful looks like. So Cash Doll, for instance, like she's a beautiful woman. Like this is what beautiful looks like back when Saweetie first came up. Even Kelly Rowland, like she's absolutely stunning. This is what beautiful looks like. And then even Lori Harvey, like looking at her firsthand, you can tell that she looks absolutely stunning. She's extremely beautiful. Now there's just a different type of standard as to what beautiful looks like. And I think that Ice Spice is very beautiful, but I just feel like on a spectrum of Saweetie beautiful compared to how Ice Spice looks, I just feel like it's two different departments of beauty. And even Glorilla, her look is so much more different. Like a lot of her features and just how she looks, just in general. And even if we take apart, all the things of how she started when she looked, like Glorilla's teeth were not the best teeth when she first came out. And we have to be real. Like people were not looking her way when she originally first came out. It took for her to get a lot of money in order for her to look as beautiful as she looks now. Whereas Saweetie, naturally she was just beautiful. Same with Kelly Rowland and same with Cash Doll. Now we're even hearing things like, this type of behavior here is beautiful. So it's just a different type of beauty standard, and unfortunately, Saweetie does not fit the bill. So, number two, as to why I think that Saweetie's career is just not getting there, is because she's making music that actually does not align with her fan base. So, I feel like Saweetie has a predominantly female fan base. If they're not females, they are people that are representing themselves as women, or they have very female like tendencies. And I feel like predominantly her crowd of people that she is marketed to is African American people or people that, resonate with African American cultures. And unfortunately, I just feel like Saweetie's music is more geared towards like pop now. And the types of music that she's putting out is more so like, music that you wouldn't really take too seriously. And I feel like a lot of people are now shifting to this different type of music these days. What's interesting is that Glorilla is actually a great multifaceted type artist, and I feel like she can literally make a song about anything and it sounds good. But unfortunately, Saweetie gets up there and she does the exact same things, and unfortunately, it's just not sticking. So, number three on the list kind of ties in with number two, but I think that she needs to gear her focus more towards like a MTV crowd rather than like a BET crowd. So, I feel like because she's going into a more pop era and less of like a rap type era. I feel like she needs to kind of take a page out of Lotto's book and maybe perform at a VMAs show. Start doing a little bit more things with, MTV, and kind of get out of that hip hop genre. And also try to be more commercial and maybe try to use your songs in like little Coca-Cola commercials where it can be marketed to, people that don't really look like yourself. Number 4 on the list is that Saweetie is now really only trending for her previous or current relationships. So I can't tell you how many times I've seen Saweetie trending, and when they do trend that she's doing like these little podcasts or interviews, they really only trend because of the parts mentioned about her previous relationships. There's actually more to her, but it seems like the only thing that the media is really focused on when it comes to her is her relationships or who she's in a relationship with now. And it's unfortunate because she's actually a music artist first. But I think that the reason that this does happen is because a lot of the guys that we've publicly seen her with that are also in the music game are actually, more successful than her. So, number 5 on the list is pretty much that Saweetie won't conform. She won't conform to doing overly twerk type music or overly estual type music or even overly ratchet type music. So unfortunately, people that are willing to do that types of content have surpassed her. And although they may not have that it girl look like Saweetie does, you know, unfortunately it works for them because they know how to use their assets to further their career. So what is it that Saweetie can do to fix this? I feel like first things first, she needs to find a way to actually market the people that are actually listening to her music. Like I said before, have your team reach out to people that are doing like Coca-Cola commercials. I really feel like I could have seen Nani in like a Fanta commercial or like some sort of soda refreshing drink type of a commercial. It would have been wonderful for the summertime, and I feel like they weren't doing that enough for her. It really would have worked, and I feel like she would have gathered a new form of an audience. I feel like when it comes down to her relationships, she needs to try to keep them either as private as possible, or when they tell her about her relationships previously that she's been in, don't even answer those questions. Regardless of how she answers these topics about previous relationships, it's going to go viral. Because if you don't say anything, they're going to be like, "Ooh, she didn't say anything." But if she does say something, then they're going to be like, "She had something to say. Let's keep asking her something about it to keep prying and getting more information of the past relationships." Overall, here's my thoughts. I think that Saweetie should continue to keep doing her music career because she does have something great on her hands. However, she might need to look into getting better people on her team. Not everybody is for her on her team because there's no reason that she should have been out this long and her career is literally going backwards. And it seems like music is Saweetie's first passion. So if that is the case and Saweetie loves doing music and music is her number one, she needs to find a team of people that are actually willing to help her with that music career. I also feel like she needs to step it up with doing the fashion game as well as like doing all beauty type things. I see that she has a deal with Forever 21 and I feel like that's a great step. Hopefully she can, up it to doing something with something greater like maybe Fashion Over or something like that in the future. I also think that maybe Saweetie needs to do like a lip gloss brand or maybe a press on nails brand or even a hair brand. I feel like she's very much known for all three of those things. So why not market it and put your name behind something that is within the beauty industry? Because this girl is literally stunning. But that's my opinion. What's yours?